Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're located in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. There's two models of Freightliner haulers. There's the M2 106 and the M2 112. So today we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the two, and we're going to get in depth and in detail on exactly what the differences are between the two, and that'll give you the opportunity to kind of figure out which one works better for you. So first, I want to introduce both the trucks, and then we'll get into the differences. This is a 2020 brand new Freightliner M2 106. The conversion is Summit Hauler. This is stock number 5N191492. And the truck we will be comparing that to today is a 2021 Freightliner M2 112. Again, the conversion is Summit Hauler. The stock number on this truck is 5N201097. So we're going to back up and start with a look directly in front of the two trucks. If you just stop and look, there's one really big thing that you notice, and that's the size of the grills. Look at the size and the mass of this grill. Well, why is that? Well, there's a lot bigger engine underneath this, which requires a bigger radiator, which requires more airflow. And we're going to get into that more in depth here in a little bit. Now, granted, this truck, the grill isn't as big. See, there's not as much there, maybe not as gaudy, kind of, so to speak. However, the reason for that is the engine isn't as big underneath, and therefore does not require as much airflow. Now let's start by taking a look underneath the hood, because guys, that's really where the differences lie between the two trucks. The 106 has the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It offers 350 horsepower, 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. Very rarely do I talk about towing capacities, but generally you're comfortable towing 16 to 18,000 pounds right in that area there. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. One thing that both of the trucks come with is an engine brake. Okay, so in our example, we're right next door to the Rocky Mountains. We're coming down the mountain and we hit the engine brake. This offers 237 horsepower of engine brake. So that's what's going to be slowing you down as you come down the mountain. The GVWR on this truck is 19,500 pounds. So let's compare that to the 112. This is the bigger volumed, higher productivity engine. That's the big boy. That's the Detroit D13 engine. It offers 505 horsepower, 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. In terms of towing capacity, this is going to do what you need it to do. The limiting factor of this truck in terms of towing capacity is actually the hitch. The hitch is rated up to 30,000 pounds. Well, it's very simple. We can put a bigger ball in there if you need to. Now, we just talked about horsepower on the engine brake in the 106. The 112, the horsepower on the engine brake is 500. So twice as much stopping capacity here compared to the other one. So why is that important? Well, we're coming down the mountains, the Rockies, get on a steep decline. We hit high on this. We have 500 horses slowing us down. So not only is that a much safer ride for you, but in addition to that, we're going to prolong brake life as well. So with a bigger engine like that, it sits down on a bigger axle with larger tires as well. These are Michelin 275 80 R22.5. And the Summit haulers, all those come with the tire balancers as well. But let's compare the tires from this one over here. Again, Michelin 255 80 R22.5. So there's a difference there. Well, you have that much weight on them. The 106 weighs 13,620 pounds. Compare that to the 112, 16,580 pounds. So obviously there's simply more truck there. As we start to walk around the trucks, they're built the same. From the side, it's very hard to distinguish the difference. The 112 is actually 6 inches. The 112 on this side is actually 6 inches longer from the front of the bumper to right here. That's the only difference, is that it's 6 inches longer. They both come with 2 50-gallon fuel tanks. There's one on each side. As the truck's sitting there, it balances itself out. But when you go to fuel the truck, you're going to want to do that independently. In addition, it comes with a 6-gallon DEF tank. The insides are fairly similar. The 112 has a couple more buttons to it, but it's all air ride seats, leather seats. It has air for the lumbar in both trucks as well. In addition, they are both heated and cooled. When we take a look at the back seat, you'll notice there's a ton of room. In addition, the trucks make down into a bed simply by pushing a button. And to put it back up again. Here we get a good shot of the DVD player. As we continue to walk around the truck, it has 3 compartments to store things. Right here is the front one. In addition, there's a hookup to an air hose right there. As we continue to walk around, the top is all lined. In addition, they come with gooseneck balls, which can be easily converted into a 5th wheel hitch. The 112, which is what we're looking at now, has a rear axle ratio of 3.73, compared to the 106 right beside me has a rear axle ratio of 4.33. So let's just review what we talked about and the differences are. The main differences are horsepower, torque, and transmission. So it all depends on what you need the vehicle to do. If you want something to tow, for example, the scenario we have a 4-horse gooseneck trailer that maxed out weighs about 18,000 pounds. So if this is your world, the 106 is a phenomenal little truck. It'll tow 16 to 18,000 coast to coast, border to border. It'll do it all day. It'll do it safely for you and very comfortably as you're going down the road. So if that's your objective, this is the perfect truck for you. However, if your goal is mass and towing an exceptional amount of weight and power and durability, the 112 is the truck for you. With the 505 horsepower, that truck's going to tow whatever you need it to do for an extended amount of time. It is not uncommon at all to get 500,000 miles out of this truck. So 2 very nice trucks we have on the lot today. If you have an interest in either one of these, please give me a call. My number is 970-370-4067. The work extension 303-684-3404. Feel free to email me, larry.vickers@transwest.com. Thanks for tuning in.